Okay, so welcome back to our peel-offs and glitter demonstrations that we've been doing. This is another glitter demonstration, and this one I sort of refer to as my Rice Krispies technique. This one looks really hard, people think it's really difficult, but it's actually really simple, but we'll keep that our little secret. So I'm going to show you here how you can create this really neat little look with just some glitter and some punches, and people think that you really hit it right out of the park. So we're going to do a little piece of paper, whatever size you want to work with. Again, we're going to take our Sookwang Tape. As you can see, we use this for everything when it comes to glitter. So we're going to take our Sookwang Tape and just apply it over top of our piece of paper. And we're going to go edge to edge, making sure we get rid of all the bubbles in between. I am going to trim it down just because I don't want the glitter to be wasted on the extra pieces of tape. So I'm just going to trim it with my scissors. And you're probably going to trim your whole image after anyway, but this is just going to keep it so that it doesn't get all gunked up with your glitter. And you'll notice that I'm always using the same pair of scissors. I try to do that when I'm using this tape, just because if you're going to get one pair of scissors goopy, make it be the same pair all the time, and then that way you only have to clean the one pair. So here's our piece. Doesn't look like anything right now. It's not the least bit fancy, but we're going to dress it up. So the first thing we're going to do is take our backing off. And you've seen me do this a couple of different times now, and one of the things I should have told you right away is save this backing. This is something that we use a lot when we create all these different looks with our glitter. So you want to save this piece of backing because you can punch shapes out of it, as you're going to see in a minute. So we're going to save our piece of backing. I've gone ahead and already cut my backing piece into this fun little wave shape. So you'll see that I've got this fun little wave shape cut into the backing, and we're going to go ahead and apply that down on our piece. So it doesn't matter where it goes, you can put it wherever you want on your piece, but we're going to cover back up basically the sticky tape, and we're just going to put this on in however we want, just leaving a little bit, and I think I want to sort of thinner in the middle and then maybe thick on both ends. So I'm just going to place it where I want it, making sure to rub it down really well. And you want to be very careful not to touch the tape parts. When you put fingerprints in the tape, the glitter won't stick as well to those areas. So you don't want to touch the tape itself with your fingers, but you want to make sure you get it really nice and rubbed down so that the glitter doesn't spread underneath. This is just like when you use masking tape when you paint, and if you paint lines and you don't rub that tape down, it won't, it'll spread underneath on you. So we're going to take our darkest color. Again, we always go darkest to lightest. And you have to think this through a little bit. So we've already decided that we're going to do brown. And we're going to take our dark brown color, put it over top. Now, if you've watched me before, you'll notice that I forgot my glitter sheet, and this is what happens. So now we're going to grab our glitter piece of paper, and hopefully not lose too much of it. Stick that underneath, and just sort of wipe that down, making sure that we cover it off. So we're going to take all the excess off, and you want to make sure that you really get it off the tape and everywhere. Doesn't matter if you burnish it at this point, but you just don't want all this excess glitter sticking around. So we're just going to wipe it all off at this point. And once we have that, then we're going to put our glitter away. And you can take your makeup brush. This is just an old makeup brush, and you can use that as well just to wipe away your glitter. Sometimes this is better because the static on your fingers won't be causing it to stay in place. So we've got that there. We're just going to take our glitter and funnel it back into the jar. You will notice if you have some of this, it appears to grow. For some reason, it doesn't disappear. So we're just going to dump our glitter right back into the jar, and we're going to go on to our next little part. So the next thing we're going to do with this piece, if you go back to the sample piece we're looking at, is we're going to do this background color. And I know that seems kind of funny that we're going to go from this little piece here to the background, but that's how you're going to build the piece. So what we're going to do is peel off our tape, and you'll notice here that my tape had a little bit of glitter on it, so we do have a little brown mixed in, but it'll be a camouflage look. We're going to take some punched shapes. So these are just punched out of, again, that top layer of glitter paper that we peeled off. We're going to place them where we want them, being careful not to put your fingers in it. And you can even go right over the lines with it. You're going to use a couple of different ones. You can have them go off the edges, however you like it. So we're just going to place those in place. I'm going to take my tweezers and just sort of go in and make sure that they're down, because I really want a nice crisp flower image when we go to do it. So I want to make sure that they're not going to allow any bleeding of this green color when we put it on, especially right around here where it's not going to be joined. So we're just going to make sure that that's down so it's not going to allow any bleed. You can see that one was a little bit up. And this will just make sure we get a nice crisper flower. So then we're going to take our green color and we're going to apply it on top. I'm going to bring a clean glitter sheet in. And you'll notice I just put my fingers in it, so hopefully we won't get any little images here. We're going to dump our green just over top on the whole image. Shake it about so that we get really good coverage. We're going to flick it off. And you can see already just the background that we're starting to create here. So now you can probably start to see how we're building this together. And we're just going to take a quick break while we clean this up, and we'll be right back.